Hey everyone, some businesses before COVID thought that online marketing, digital marketing was just a good idea or an option for the future or something that they'd spend time on eventually. Now, with the pandemic having come and gone and now probably coming again during the fall and winter, it's not just an option anymore, it's a necessity. Today I'm going to go over 5 main things that small businesses need to consider about getting their business online so that they can not only survive COVID, but also thrive in an online environment that's available to you to reach out to more customers than ever. Okay, so let's start with why is digital marketing important now more than ever? Well, in case you haven't noticed, COVID hit earlier this year in the United States, and so many small businesses got impacted immediately. I run a digital agency. Some of my clients in the past were small businesses. Some of the ones that I'm working with now are entrepreneurs, but small businesses called me. They were freaking out. I mean, there were shutdowns, so that meant that they couldn't operate normally in their retail business. Some businesses set up their business in a particular area of town where they're going to get traffic or where it's a high traffic area of people visiting another business near them. Whatever the case may be, they were shut down. So now they had to figure out a way to get online, sometimes for the first time ever, and other times they had set up a little bit online, but really hadn't done a lot of research or hired somebody to really take that business to where it's really functioning well online. And what happened on the customer end? On the customer end, well, everyone went home, so online sales of different things like courses, content, people doing online shopping shot right through the roof. So your customers are online. If you're a small business, a retail business, a service-based business, whatever you are, as long as you're a small business, your customers are online and they're shopping more than ever online now. So here's tip number 1. So tip number 1 is understanding what your customer is looking for online right now with regards to your business. And how are you going to get them to interact with you? Customers are searching online right now. They're doing online shopping, retail shopping. They're going on YouTube, learning about things. They're consuming things like podcasts. They are also on social media all day long. Where are they online and how can you interact with them? Are they doing searches on Google search for a local business near them? Are they doing a Google search for the services that you offer in your area? Are they on social media asking friends for recommendations or going and trying to find that business through there? Are they going on to directory sites or review sites like Yelp or other categories of review sites so that you can be listed on there? You got to think about where your customers are and how you can interact with them to get your product or service in front of them on that channel. Tip number 2, how are they finding you online? Are they finding your website as your primary sales page where they can get information about you? Do you have a Google My Business profile set up if you're a local retail business with an address or a service-based business that serves a particular local area? Are you on Google My Business? Is your phone number on there? Is your website on there? Is your address or how they can reach and get a hold of you? Are you on social media? Is your main place that they find you online is Facebook or Instagram? How are they finding you online? And then how are you making sure that that online asset, that online property, that online site is set up so that they can find you easily? I remember when COVID first hit and a lot of businesses were shutting down, I was just trying to find some of these restaurants, some of my favorite restaurants or other local businesses, and just to see if they had new modified hours or how I could order something from them, or even a retail store that was selling like facial products. I was like, how can I go in and get that product from you? And most of them, 70–80% of them, didn't even update their website for a good 2 months or 3 months or even longer. Some of them went out of business before they updated their website or their phone number on Facebook or social media or their business listings. Some of these businesses had a Yelp listing or some other online listings, and they never bothered to change their phone number, update their website address, or even their hours. That's what's really important, is figuring out how your customers are finding you, whether it's a website, social media, or other business listings. Take the time to figure out how to update those. Claim them if you haven't claimed them, or just go and update them if you already know what it is. That's how they're going to interact with you. Tip number 3, so important. So many small businesses, some of them have been operating for 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 years. And I talked to them the first time they might have called me up during COVID and asked for some advice or information or how I could help them. And I asked some simple questions like, what have you been doing with your email list? And they're like, what? What email list? Or they'd ask, I'd ask them, do you have a list of any sort? How many customers have you served over the last year, 2 years, 5 years? The numbers are amazing. Some of these businesses have served thousands, tens of thousands of people. Even if you're a small business and you have 500 or 600 clients, why aren't you already having a digital list? That means an email, name, phone number in a digital format that you could easily upload to an email automation system or reach out through Facebook and contact them on there through a Facebook page if you have a business page and they've been following you. These are the things that are the lowest hanging fruit when you have a COVID shutdown. You're a business owner, you have a 1,000-person email list, COVID comes and the governor or the local entities or whatever is doing it shuts you down. The first thing that you can do is take that email list and do an email to 1,000 of your customers who already know, like, and trust you perhaps, and you can send them a notification that you're still open and they can now order online or interact with you in a particular way that's allowed during a COVID shutdown. Sometimes your customer's contact information is in your point of sale system. Sometimes it's in some other system that you've already been using. Maybe you're not asking for emails or personal contact information, but that is so important. So many businesses could have completely given themselves an ability to stay open or to bring in customers simply by having a current customer list. Tip number 4. So let's say you're now starting to work on your existing customer list. How are you reaching out to new customers? Tip number 4 is about reaching out, and there's 2 main sources of traffic. That is paid and organic or earned traffic. So paid traffic are things like paying for Google ads, Facebook ads. There's ways that you could pay for ads on YouTube. I've even heard Spotify has some good ads in your local market. And these are ways that you can reach your customers by paying to reach them. The other way is organic or earned traffic. Now, I kind of break that into, there's several categories of that, but a couple of the main ones are, let's say your organic search is something like search engine optimization. Organic means that they organically find you online by doing the normal things that they do. Search online, search on social media, you're active and available, and they can find you through that. The other type is earned within the organic and earned traffic types. And earned might be something like where you're doing content. Just like you found my YouTube channel, you're doing content on a subject. Maybe that's you're a dentist, or maybe you're a florist. You could be a carpet cleaner, roofer, any number of massage therapists, any number of service or home-based businesses or retail businesses in the local area. Are you doing content where you're on YouTube or podcast, on social media, providing how-tos, tips, updates on things? Especially during COVID, it's a great time to do earned traffic through content, whether that's a blog post, an audio file posted on a podcast, or a YouTube video. You can post videos on Facebook and Instagram as well. So those videos being out there are engaging the customers. You're earning their trust. You're earning the ability to sell to them. And then that's an exceptional way to get traffic without having to pay for it. And now tip number 5, thinking about how you're doing a marketing or sales offer to them. Now, what do I mean by a marketing or sales offer to them? Well, once they find you, what are you saying? Just check out my store and tell me if you have a question. Maybe you should be updating them about a particular offer that you're making. Especially during COVID, have a list. I'm going to be doing a whole other video on how different types of offers, what kind of offers you can make to customers, and creating something that we call a value ladder. A value ladder means stepped up from your lowest priced or free introductory offer items that you'd use to get somebody in your store to try your product or service for the first time, all the way up to your mid-level priced items, all the way up to your higher priced items. So let's just say you're a service-based business like a carpet cleaner, for instance. Maybe the first offer you come up with is a low-priced or a free trial that they can test you out to see. And then your mid-price offer might be doing 2 or 3 room special for them. And maybe your high-end offer is doing like a complete clean of the entire floor and tile and grout and some some are even offering like a sanitization during the COVID times. That would be your high-end offer. But a lot of times customers don't go to your high-end offer right away unless it's something they absolutely must have now. Most times a great way to introduce yourself to the business so they can get to know, like, and trust you is to start off with a low-priced or free offer and then get them to know that you do a good job, and then you can kind of slowly take them up the value ladder. So to recap, number one, understand your business and how your customers interact with you. They are online now, searching internet, social media, responding to emails, getting on content channels. Figure out where your clients are and how you can reach them the best. Number two, where should they find out the most about you online? Is that your website? Make sure your website is updated. Make sure your phone number, address, email, anything that they need to do to get a hold of you or contact you is updated on your website, on Google My Business, on your social media. These are the things that could definitely cause a customer, once they find you, to leave and not come back, because if they don't believe that you're updating your website or your information online, that may be the last chance that you get to have them as a customer. Number three, how are you touching your existing customers? So many people go to try to get new customers when their existing customers are the lowest hanging fruit that they can use to get some money in a quick fashion. Do you have a list of them? If not, start creating one ASAP. Number four, how are you reaching new customers? So we said there's two main types of traffic for new customers: paid and organic traffic or earned traffic. Paid traffic being Google ads, Facebook ads, ads on radio, television. It could be a number of different places you can place ads. And number two is earned or organic traffic, that being organic through search engine optimization or making sure you're on your social media or business listings and they find you through those channels, or you're earning that traffic by creating content, videos that you're putting on YouTube, podcasts that you're putting as audio, blog posts, where you're sharing that information or how-to tips or ways that they can learn more about your products or services, and then posting that on social media. Number five, what types of sales or marketing offers are you making to them? So a lot of times you'll get some traffic and people just say passively, check me out. Instead, think about an offer you're making to them that is enticing, that's going to get them to try your business if they're a new customer, and create a value ladder for yourself of products and services going from a low price to a high price. So those are 5 quick tips to help small businesses, whether you're retail or service-based, not only survive during COVID, but also to thrive. These are things you should be doing now anyways. I'm going to have a whole series of this coming up. Check my YouTube channel. Please like or subscribe if you got something out of this. Leave a comment below on what's the activities that you're currently doing now that you're going to keep doing, that you're already getting momentum from, and what are some of the new ideas that you might have gotten during COVID now that you think are going to help your business. So many other business owners will get a big tip out of that as well. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next time.